Hello everyone, thank you for joining. Thank you to those who are joining in consciousness, and hello to those of you who are listening to the recording. A very warm welcome. It's lovely to be here with you. The subject of our live stream today is The Gift of Love by Joel Goldsmith, this book. And we'll also be contemplating his pamphlet, Love and Gratitude. Hi Glorian, lovely to be here with you. What we'll come to see is that when Joel refers to love, he's not talking about a human emotion. What he's actually referring to is the actual realized experience of divine love, which is something quite different. But before we begin, shall we start with a short meditation? I invite you to close your eyes with me now and see if you can become aware of the light radiating through your heart. And if you can't actually see or feel that, then just imagine light shining through you. Okay, let's be still. At the end of the meditation, I'll say thank you, and then we'll start our discussion. Let's be still. Thank you. Hello to those of you who've joined, a warm welcome. Now, we've studied together here on YouTube in depth the book Practicing the Presence by Joel Goldsmith, this one. It's a recent edition. Bless you, Gora, and thank you too. And in this book, Practicing the Presence, Joel devotes an entire chapter to the subject, Love Thy Neighbour. He considered this chapter so important that he included it in the 8 important chapters he recommended students of the Infinite Way focus on in their studies. And we'll be considering this chapter in our monthly online book study group later this year, and you're very welcome to join us for that. There's no need to have the book or to know anything about Joel Goldsmith. For more information, I've included details in the description section. So in this chapter, Joel is explaining that instead of simply acting with loving kindness towards our fellow man, we must come from the understanding of their true spiritual identity. And by this he means, in essence, consciously seeing and knowing, inwardly seeing and knowing the one pure divine presence that's where all appearances seem to be, and then consciously communing with that self in every moment. Let me expand on this. So in this eye-level publication of The Gift of Love, this is an old version, the preface says this. It's quite a long quote I'm going to read to you, but I'll read it slowly, and at least if you're watching the recording, you'll be able to absorb it at your own pace. So the preface says, most mystics will agree that as sentimental as the term love has become, this is really the only word that describes the individual's outlook towards all existence once he has entered the 4th dimensional state of consciousness. Love is often used as a noun, as an alternative for the name of God, representing the only power flowing through all things to accomplish its own ends. Joel Goldsmith, however, in his realization of the omnipresence, the omnipotence, and omniscience of God, sees love as a verb. This very state of consciousness flowing through all life. Joel Goldsmith did not see himself as a loving individual. Yet, everyone that became part of his universe and orbit found him to be extremely loving, but on an impersonal level. He looked at each individual as an expression of eternal oneness, and in that realization felt a love towards each person that transcended any concept of the term from a human standpoint. This, in fact, was, according to Goldsmith, the healing consciousness that could impersonalize and nothingize the appearance, looking through it to the reality that lies at the foundation of every appearance. This is the vision of the mystic, and this was reality to Goldsmith. Are there any comments or questions before I proceed any further? Hello to those of you who've joined. It's lovely to have you with us. Glorian's written a comment. She said, "We move from special love to the impersonal love of God." That's quite true, Glorian. Beautifully put. Thank you. Hi there to those who've joined. A warm welcome. It's lovely to be here with you. So, Joel saw every individual as a transparency of the flow of love. And if you've ever been in the presence of a mystic such as Amma or Muji, you may also have experienced the depth of this powerful radiance, which one would describe as love, but it's clearly impersonal. It's not coming from the personal. It's a radiance that's emitted from their soul. And in our individual practice, this comes from continually focusing on the within and allowing that inner stillness to express itself through us. It's been my experience that the more we do this, the more attuned we become to the subtle radiance within ourselves and those around us, the stronger this radiance becomes. For me, it's been a developed consciousness rather than an instantaneous realization. And Brennan's just kindly written a comment. Today is the gift. That's why it's called the present. And the eternal now, as Glorian's beautifully put it. So I think it's important here to emphasize the word impersonal, as Gloria mentioned, because it's clearly a quality of spirit rather than any emotion or thought personality might be expressing. It's the intelligence of the divine heart that expresses through us. I'm going to read you another extract now, which I'm sure you'll enjoy, this time from The Young Man and the Old Man, written by Vic Smith. And details of how to purchase the ebook and the audiobook are in the description. In this extract, the old man is explaining how spiritual healing comes from consciously accessing an intelligence beyond the human mind, the intelligence of spirit, and then acting as a conduit for it to reveal the wholeness that's really there. Just prior to the extract that I'm going to read you now, the young man has witnessed the old man heal a young girl with twisted limbs. So Vic writes, and I'll read you the extract. "How did you do that?" said young man, as they were walking back to the old man's shack. "How did I do what, young man?" "That little girl's legs were twisted, and you made them straight. How did you do it?" "What does it matter to you, young man?" the wheels in young man's head started turning. That man could not even pay you. I know many wealthy people who have children with the twisting disease. They would pay you handsomely. Of course, if I bring them to you, I would expect a fee. Do you think, young man, that they would listen to you? Do you think that they would believe you? What would you tell them, young man? To bring their child to the forest, to an old man who can straighten twisted legs through some sort of magic? Go and tell them, young man. See how many you can bring to me. Not one, I assure you. They will all laugh and call you a fool. Then why did these people come here? They knew their child could be mended through me. They believed in their hearts that through me their child would walk. Their minds doubted, but their hearts believed. And it was done to their little girl as their hearts believed it would. What do you mean that they knew with their hearts? Knowledge comes from the mind, said the young man. The heart pumps blood. I know that from my schooling. Maybe, the old man said, someday I will be able to explain it to you, young man. Hello to those who've joined, a warm welcome. Thank you for being here. The extract that I've just read is from The Young Man and the Old Man by Vic Smith. And of course, what the old man is referring to is the divine heart. Thank you, Gloria. Are there any thoughts or comments on this? Of course, if you're watching the recording, please do feel free to share any thoughts in the comment section, or you're very welcome to email me privately. So always the truth, the perfection, the love that we're seeking comes from our very own being. It's the consciousness that we are. I'm going to leave you with this from Love, Gratitude by Joel Goldsmith, in which Joel expresses our practice so succinctly. I'll read it to you, it's very short. Whatever is true will reveal itself to you from within your own being, if you will just open your consciousness to it. Perfect. Hi to those who've joined. It's lovely to be here with you. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments. And what I've just read is exactly how we foster and deepen our awareness by being still and listening and focusing within. So I invite you to do exactly that with me now as we close with our final meditation. Oh, bless you, Gloria's asking me to read that again. Yes, I will indeed. Joel writes again, this is in Love and Gratitude by Joel Goldsmith. Just a very small book, as you can see. He says right near the very end, whatever is true will reveal itself to you from within your own being, if you will just open your consciousness to it. I'll be saving the recording of this, so of course you can listen to that again on the recording. Okay, let's have our final meditation now. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And please do feel free to reach out to you if you'd like to. My email address and all the details of our ongoing Infinite Way activities are in the description. At the end of this meditation, I'll say thank you and then we'll leave in silence. And I hope that you'll continue to carry that stillness with you as you continue on with your day. Okay, let's be still. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.